Hello, freak bitches. So, there's this kind of cult TV show from Germany. Richie told me about that shit. It's hilarious. Pull it up for a second, Jamie. So, it's called Pumuckl or Pumuckl or whatever. Excuse my German. I guess it's a common name down there or something. And it's about this goblin, obviously named Pumuckl, who lives with this weird old fuck called, listen to this is so German, Master Eater, who himself, I guess, is a cobbler or carpenter or whatever. And so this Pumuckl character and his master have this kind of very strange, almost codependent, I want to say psychotic relationship, where only this eater dude can actually see him. So, basically, he walks around in his shop all day long talking to himself, high as fuck, I guess, on some substance, thinking there is actually a goblin by the name of Pumuckl with him. Yeah, it's fucked up. Anyway, the really funny thing about it is that the creator of this series, which started as a comic book, I guess, and then became this huge thing in Germany, it's huge. The creator, a woman, she's dead now, had a son, whom she called Pumuckl, and forced him to wear the same outfit as this goblin in the show, just for promo or whatever the fuck was going on in this psycho's head. Imagine being an actual boy, in Germany, in the 80s, who has to dress up with a wig and goblin clothes every day to school just to please his demented mother's weird spleen. Fucking ridiculous.
So, Joe Rogan recently had a segment on this German kids show, Pumuckl, and the horrific story behind it. But that wasn't the whole story. Pumuckl is a Jewish communist shill for the elitist corporate military-industrial complex. The show was developed using MK ultra frequencies to indoctrinate the youth of the former U.S. ally-occupied region of West Germany. The red hair was clearly a symbol for the Soviet communist threat. His shirt is yellow, like the Ark of the Covenant of the ancient Cabal mysticism. His pants are green for money, and Pumuckl is actually a code word consisting of royal Vedic semantic artifacts used to spell out "the king is weak." You gotta see this, folks. The code is everywhere. The code is everywhere.
Hooray, hooray, the goblin with the head great. Hooray, hooray, the Pumuckl is dead. Ninja shenanigans, goblin barbarian. Odd little troll, always getting folks panicking. Well, the nail file disappeared. Motherfucker, Pumuckl is getting shit weird.
So, there's this new topic getting a good amount of traction on various independent news outlets. It's about this German children's show character called Pumuckl. Joe Rogan talked about it on his podcast. Even Alex Jones.
Chillin' with this top G, Master Eater, fucking up and bugging like a goblin eater. Whoops, he's invisible, sticking it to Isabel. Only God can judge this OG is invincible. His troll flow's remarkable.
Now you might think this is weird or irrelevant, but I actually think this could become a huge story. Turns out children were brainwashed with communist propaganda for decades. I mean, we see it with Netflix and Disney Plus and so on. Subliminally inserted ideological elements about race, gender, and other sort of woke topics. Apparently, the intro of this German Pumuckl show consists of explicit pro-LGBTQ lyrics, way before this term even existed. It goes something like this. Hooray, hooray, the goblin with the hair of gray, hooray, hooray, the Pumuckl is gay.
Cause he's marketable. I guess this little muck gets his dick well sucked. Cause a Pumuckl must do what a Pumuckl must.
Why in the world would a goblin be homosexual? And why the fuck do children need to hear this?
Good evening, everyone. Our next segment is about Germany, the country recently known for widely accepted mayhem, like letting in 2 million refugees or sending highly efficient military tanks to a war with which they have nothing to do, is famous for many things. Beer, cars, and the band Kraftwerk. However, there's a dark side to Germany's culture, especially their children's TV programming. Notably, listen to this, a goblin with the name of Pumuckl, who was installed in children's imagination as a political weapon of mass manipulation. Alex Jones recently said something about it, and so did Joe Rogan on his podcast. It is still unclear who actually produced this subversive brainwashing program, but according to news sources, it was never actually German, but rather produced in Burbank, California, by a producer named Leopold Muckelberg.
What? Welcome, you 6 million lovely weirdos. So Alex Jones recently reported on this Joe Rogan bit about this German children's TV character, a goblin named Pumuckl. Sounds quite odd, innit? But so Alex took this narrative completely apart, claiming he, Pumuckl, was a communist sort of subversive weapon of mass manipulation. There were some faults in Alex Jones' analysis, though. He claimed that the name Pumuckl is an old Vedic translation of "the king is weak." However, Twitter user Legrand de Coineur now stated that the actual translation of Pumuckl is "watch the skies." Watch the skies? Sounds vaguely reminiscent of another cult TV character, Alf.
No, that's just half of the story. Pumuckl wasn't even produced by the Germans. Believe me, I know. This was an American venture with the goal of calming the West German society. See, we had to make money back then. Most of the money actually came from West German exports, of which we, the United States, were a big part of, because we supplied the resources and the logistics. Pumuckl was vital in the sense of giving future workers a sense of wonder, to get them out of the cage of post-World War II Allied occupation, which, by the way, never ended. Isn't that weird? The occupation never ended till today.
Hello, freak bitches. Okay, so a lot of things happened since our last show. Richie from the Better Things podcast brought this German Pumuckl character to my attention. We had a little segment about the insane creator and her kid, yada yada, and then Alex Jones himself actually debunked his part on that on InfoWars.
His pants are green for money. And Pumuckl is actually a code word consisting of royal Vedic semantic artifacts used to spell out "the king is weak."
Check it out if you get the chance. So I received hundreds, literally hundreds of emails from, I guess, German folks, all upset because the creator of this cult children's show, her name was Alice Kaut, I did my research, claiming that, Joe, you got it all wrong. She didn't have a son, she had a daughter. Apparently the daughter is really upset too. So it's a whole mess. That happens when you publish a take on another culture's sort of nostalgia. Anyway, so it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. What is true, though, is that her daughter was actually given the name Pumuckl as a middle name and really had to wear those shitty goblin's clothes. So then this German spoofer or whatever, Snicklink, did a bit on it, a take on my take, and this other guy, wherever the fuck he came from, Whack M. Mitwalk, I guess also a German. Man, what's this whole German thing going on here? So that guy then did a take on Snicklink's take on my take, accompanied by an Alex Jones take, and apparently an AI rap song by the notorious B.I.G.
'Cause a Pumuckl must do what a Pumuckl must.
Isn't that crazy? Isn't that totally crazy? Who would have thought that this fucking goblin from the GDR or whatever would get so much attention after decades of just being gay and Jewish and fucking retarded and irrelevant? I guess that's just the zeitgeist. So here's where it gets really ridiculous. A German group, Antifa D, Anti-Fabelwesen Diskriminierungs group or whatever, got real angry, accusing me of, listen to this, this is the funniest shit you ever heard, goblin shaming. We were shaming a fictional character, a goblin named Pumuckl, of whatever it is that these completely lost people think we did. It's as if I misgendered Popeye. No, Popeye isn't a man, she is a woman, and Alf is a transgender plant. What the fuck is wrong with these people?
Ninja shenanigans, goblin Bavarian. Hot little troll, always getting folks panicking. Well, the nail file disappeared. Motherfucker, Pumuckl is getting shit weird.
Pumuckl.
Pumuckl.
True international average of pressure.
So you know that we're out there. Swallowed lies in the making. Can't move fast without breaking. Can't hold on, our life won't change. And our voices ring again. Took the mask off to feel free. Fought it out in the deep fray. Now we know that life will change.
Oh, if we didn't land on the moon, then that means everything's a lie, including my own dick.
I am not Pumuckl. I never was Pumuckl. I never will be Pumuckl. I don't care what Twitter or anybody else says. The king is weak.